Going on to all of my Taurus out there. So let's get into it. So you Taurus have got the Four of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Page of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, the Lovers, Six of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and last but not least, you have the Nine of Wands. So that's interesting. So some of you Taurus may have picked up someone who was a little bit reluctant at first, but the Knight of Pentacles, Four of Wands, the two of you ended up hanging out together, and maybe this person potentially moved in or tried to get you to move in. I don't. It's not necessarily a major arcana, so maybe the two of y'all just decided to start hanging out, but maybe it's your home, their residence, or your residence, which is basically the headquarters a lot of the times for the hangout spots. Um, because Taurus, just like Cancer, crabs, are home bodies. You know, they usually, they really do like to hang out at home. Home base seems to be the place for a lot of you. And Page of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles represents things started to go bad. Um, this person, has some sort of issues that they've got going on, and they unfortunately tried to take it out on you, right? You know, very, slick with their words, disrespectful when it was time for them, or I should say when it wasn't time for them to be disrespectful, they were very disrespectful. Um, then you have the Ace of Pentacles, but you, Taurus, were kind of taken back by this because, or kind of confused by this, lost by this, because a lot of you Taurus was thinking to yourselves, in a not so recent past, you could even be going through this situation even now, where you're starting to see certain amount of red flags that's happening with these people. A lot of you Taurus should, honestly speaking, just let these people go, because it's not really going to be worth your time. It's not going to be worth your time in the long run, because what's going to happen is that it's going to get worse the more time goes by. Because, and this is why I said that you need to kind of like watch red flags, is because the red flags will tell you a lot about the person, and that there's no need for you to ultimately stay with the person, right? If like for instance, right, there's been times where I've talked on the phone with somebody trying to get to know them, got their numbers, all of that, and they don't call me back, right? Now I give them a month. If I find out that they don't really call me back, they're not really putting in an effort into this thing, I already know what the premise is going to be like. See, people are themselves constantly. There is no game as much as it is that people think. People are themselves constantly, in the sense that, what I mean by that is, whatever type of timetable they're on is whatever type of timetable they're on, regardless of if it's the real them or not, right? I know it sounds like a contradiction, but listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if someone is playing games with you, if all you need to do is pay attention, right? It's not going to be very difficult for you to understand when a person is being real and when a person isn't. Because a person who's being real with you, right? A person who's being real is going to show you how serious they are with their words and their actions together. Not one exclusively, words and actions together. So the thing is that if a person is trying to get you to exhaust yourself, go and go chase after them, that means that that's the type of person who they are. Same thing here with you, Taurus. This person is starting to come off super disrespectful, acting as if they don't have any type of common sense. Just slip with the words. Maybe even some of the words cut you. because it's very disrespectful, that means it's time for you to leave. It's time for you to separate if you haven't already. A lot of you Taurus may be thinking to yourselves, oh, well, you did this for them and you did that for them. It doesn't matter because, again, up here is not going well. The wheels are not turning correctly. You understand? So the Ace of Swords and the Lovers represents this being a situation where a lot of you need to also understand that what you've got going on is you've got yourself into a situation, my dear Taurus, where these are people who played the nice individual at first, but ultimately used that as a means of getting you, right? Because nice is short in supply out here. So they use the what? The knight in shining armor. Now, the Knight of Pentacles may represent you, but it's the trope that they use to get you. And then the things that the Six of Pentacles is about, you want to make sure that relationships are reciprocal, right? Because of the Page of Cups. A lot of people get themselves caught up in the delusion of thinking that they're more powerful and they're more important than what they actually are. You know, people who I've had discussions with, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? People who I've had who gotten private readings from me, they know what I'm talking about. And if you become good at power, right, and you know how to wield power, you can play with the power dynamics. You can play with the power dynamics because the Page of Cups represents the delusion that a lot of people tend to have, Taurus. The delusion of they're completely taking out their frustrations with people who they really shouldn't be taking it out on. And it really goes to show you how off the chain a lot of those individuals really are. They're living in their own world at that point. They're lost. They're too far gone living in the delusion. Excuse me. They're too far gone with that type of stuff. So these are not the type of people that you can really uh, trust the word of, because you'll never, and see, this is what I'm trying to say. You'll never know where the delusion begins and where the delusion ends. Because people who are delusional like that are usually delusional in every aspect or in every avenue of their life. This is why having character is so important, is because having character um anchors you enough, right, to still be able to change, right, when you need to and adapt, but also at the same time to where you don't get lost. And then the thing is that you have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands now represents how um, this person thinks that they're bringing so much to the table, but that the only thing that they're now, maybe they may brought a little bit to the table, but now they're throwing it back in your face. You know, you know, maybe the two of you did move in. Maybe the two of you end up just chilling in each other's residence for some time, right? And that's where the main spot is, right? But at the same time, now they're trying to throw what they did back in your face, like they putting in all this work. And they're not bigger than the group. They're not bigger than the two of you together, because they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, they're really showing you a different part of themselves that really shouldn't exist. And what you Taurus need to understand is it's not your fault. It's not your problem. Now, if you're aggravating them, then yeah, partially it is your fault. But if you're not aggravating them, it's not your fault. And their own issues. Like, I was playing a game a few minutes ago, and somebody just called the way that I played trash because they won. And it's like I'm not, again, when you achieve that level of enlightenment, that level of enlightenment, and you treat people with respect, right? You're not perfect, of course, but when you treat people with respect, perfect example, and they start wilding out on you and they're going out of their way and they're just going extra hard, you got to understand that there's something else deeper going on there, right? So, um, and it always there's something deeper going on. Even sore losers, right? A sore loser is a sore loser because they may end up being losers in every other area of life. So just take it into just take that into consideration. Let's clarify the lovers. The Four of Swords, Page of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords. So yeah, like it is that I was saying. So this is a situation for a lot of you Taurus where this person, they started out liking you at first, and they thought that they can rest with you and things would be good, but now all of a sudden it's like they want to leave. And where is this coming from? The Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords, because they have their own internal battle that they've got going on, and they are essentially taking it out on you. It's lame, very lame. Let's clarify the Six of Pentacles. Let's clarify that. Let's clarify the Six of Pentacles. Okay, got it. The Queen of Swords. Oh, right. Ten of Pentacles, Two of Cups, King of Swords. These cards just basically backed up everything that I was saying. Queen of Swords, they're holding something in from their past that traumatized them, that now now they're using this as some sort of an excuse to start wilding out on other people. And you Taurus are not the only ones that they've been doing this to. That's why they're single. That's why they were single before you met them, because they have a habit of doing that to a lot of people whom they happen to come across and say that they're dating. So then you have the Ten of Pentacles. These are also people who tend to, just like the Six of Pentacles in this reading denotes, count their pennies, where they're keeping score as to what it is that they've done for you, so that they could throw it back in throw it back in your face. And then you have the Two of Cups and the King of Swords. These are people who are quite calculated, in the sense that or I should say, quite calculated enough in the sense that, because they're not really bright in the bigger scheme of things, but they're calculated in the sense that um, they tried to put their best foot forward first and wait until they get comfortable with you, and as well as you get comfortable with them, so that they can start springing these type of temper tantrums and these passive aggressive behaviors and stuff on you right before they start doing that. And then it catches the people off guard, and it catches them through a loop, so that they can get people to kind of, you know what I mean, do the things that they want them to do. Like I said, it's real lame, because in the bigger scheme of things, this person is really not that bright, because they're doing all of that while at the same time they don't see how out of control they are. So let's clarify the Nine of Wands, because a soft head gonna make, a hard head is gonna make a soft butt, because that's their plan. So to clarify the Nine of Wands, you have the Queen of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Empress, and the Page of Pentacles. They're ready to, they're right now, right? When you, Taurus, are ready to leave the situation, leave the relationship, that's when a lot of you are going to start to see them cry over it. Don't leave, and everybody leaves me, and everybody abandons me, and all this other type of stuff. Then the thing is that the Empress and the Page of Pentacles is that, but don't allow them to guilt trip you, though. Don't allow them to guilt trip you. When you leave, leave, because you know everything that's necessary, that you need, that's a necessity. You already know everything you need to know about this person to get an overall idea of who they are. These are people who put their best foot forward first so that they can get the person to be enraptured and already liking them, so that later on down the line they can kind of spring things on them, while at the same time apologize, and the person will give them 1,000,001 outs for it, because they know that they're not in control of their own emotional state, and they know that they're not in control fully or a lot or very deeply or connectedly to their mental state as well. So because of the fact that their emotions are so irregulated, these are the people who are going to spring things on you in a fit of rage, in a fit of, some sort of a quick rage. And then because they got you caught up in loving them and loving on them, a lot of you are going to try to, tuck it up underneath the rug, put it, sweep it up underneath the rug. Oh, well, this person was just doing that. And, oh, da, 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 da. No, I tell you what this person was doing. This person knows that they do not have the best control over their emotional, mental, and physical faculties. This is why, as I say, that a lot of people who are out here in the dating world are truly, truly unhealthy, because they are in more than one level. Because see, the way that mental illness plays itself out, it's not just one particular thing. That's where, from my personal perspective, of course, I'm not diagnosing anybody. I have studied psychology, though. That's where a lot of those people who look at those types of mental disorders, that's where they have it wrong. Is that it's not just one particular thing that causes separation. It's layers of a problem. That's why it's called the cluster. Because what is a cluster? A cluster is many different groups, many different things coming together. So it's layered. So the thing is that this is why it is I tell y'all, the dating pool is not what you think. The dating pool, for the most part, not all of it, but for the most part, is really a group of individuals, right? The majority of the people are a group of individuals who are really not cut out to really socialize with people, because they're really not really all the way up there in the first place. And don't worry, that video is coming. So comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. I'm trying to get this YouTube channel to 3,500 subscribers by the end of January. Currently, I'm on 3,030 subscribers. Keep hitting that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and set the notification to all so you can be aware of whenever it is that I upload these videos. Peace.